What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another Sister Wives video. This one is season 3, episode 16. So without no further ado, smash that subscribe button, like button, notification bells on, share the video. But hey, let's not waste any more time and let's get into it.
You only have one child, but when it comes down to the work that I'm putting in, I am putting in equal work that my sister wives are.
We do the So at this moment in time, we've got them talking about the house, you know, the development, the rooms. And, you know, obviously Meri has definitely made her case known about what she wants and what she deserves because she's putting in the same work as the other wives. But it's quite interesting because not all the wives are actually putting in the same amount of work. Can we say that Robyn's putting the same amount of work? I mean, listen, I completely get where Meri's come from. Just because I have one child doesn't mean that I don't have it doesn't mean that I don't deserve to have the same luxury of XYZ like the other mums do or the other wives do, you know? So it makes sense. And to be fair, like, if anything, Robyn's the one that deserves the least. But it gets like that. It gets like that. But, you know, yeah.
Was about to get in the dress, and as soon as I saw something happening, my radar went off, and I about face, and I walked, and I found myself a place to take a nap.
So we're now on episode 17 because literally episode 16 was about their dog. Well, I haven't forgot the name of the dog. It was about the dog being put down. There wasn't really much to say in terms of the family itself in particular. But now in this one here, and this one so far, not really too much is happening, to be fair. It's all about, you know, kody. Yes. kody being taken to this little design shop, whatnot, or this little fashion shop because she wants to get into fashion so she can get the experience of it. As you can see, Kody's coming to a scene where there's a young lady who's now going to be dressed. And of course, he's now making the option of leaving because he does not want to see the woman that he's not married to half naked. And it's quite interesting of what the wives actually have to say in this scene itself in particular.
And the reason is because I have no business seeing somebody that I'm not married to in that way.
I just remember looking at her and looking right at you, and you were like, oh, this is not my place, and you left. For the
And you know what? Let me continue.
simple line that you are a gentleman, and that's where it lays. I knew that as soon as she came out of her bra, you would be out of the room, and you were.
You know, before ROBYN speaks next, it's just interesting that, you know, they talk about Kody being a gentleman. And obviously this is Christine giving out this compliment, you know, this statement about Kody. But
religious beliefs say you shouldn't be looking at another woman's naked body, but, you know, who's going to know? So it's like Kody chooses in his personality to be a gentleman, to be the kind of guy who turns his eyes.
So here's the thing with ROBYN that I've realized. Whenever another wife says something positive about Kody, ROBYN always, not always, but I'm going to say 8 times out of 10, always has to also weigh in as well about that positive. And I find that quite interesting, you know. It's like she is doing these things on purpose because she wants Kody to know how much she appreciates him. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking into it a bit too much, but I'm just saying that if one wife has already complimented him, then why do you always have to be the one to do it too? Why can't you let that wife give him the compliment and embrace it? It's like she's trying to steal that limelight from that parent, from that wife. So therefore, the last compliment he hears is from her. Therefore, it's more memorable for her saying it, but she's the last one to say it. Just think about that and let me know what you're thinking, do you know what I mean? Because that is legit ROBYN to a T majority of the time, in my opinion.
When someone disrobes in front of him.
My children like to harass me about my modesty demands of them. They like to harass me about it.
Because at the end of the day, it's even like when Kody's having a dispute with one of the other wives, she always tries to come in as well and also have another say as well, do you know what I mean? Not all the time, but give or take. But I say, when it comes to the compliment side, ROBYN's always looking to have the last word, if you ask me, or trying to hijack that person's compliments. So therefore, I'm sure you know what I mean, but anyway, we continue.
Bought Robyn's designs more than mine. It would totally disappoint me, totally. I'm not kidding.
So process what I said before, and to be fair, this scene here is something particular, to be fair. I guess this is something that ROBYN really couldn't avoid, but right now, you know, they're doing this whole sale thing about designs that they made, and obviously Christine's talking about being bummed if ROBYN's design sold more than hers, and yeah.
Maybe that's extremely shallow, I don't know, but I want my baby to be popular.
Again, Christine really didn't need to say none of this. I don't know why she felt like saying this, but her saying this just made things better for ROBYN because ROBYN's response is, it is quite brilliant, to be fair with you.
Look at it that way, Christine. I look at it as more just like every single piece we kind of all put our heart and soul into.
I have somebody saying...
And when that's the response right there, I mean, like, goddamn, like, you literally laid it out there for Christine Dingy for ROBYN. But here's the thing, though, isn't it? Christine's always had... It is very hard to move away from Christine's issue with ROBYN because even when you think it's going okay, boom, Christine comes back with another little comment or whatever that just isn't really necessary. Yeah. Anyway, we continue.
Listen.
So Christine passed. We know in the last episode or episode before that she failed the test. The one that Janelle passed for real estate, I believe that's the one, and she's now passed, which is fantastic. So congratulations for her passing it, obviously, back then. Yeah.
Whereas I created this void in my kids' life that they had to fill with themselves. And I didn't have any of you guys to help. And I feel like we're failing as a family right now. I'm sorry.
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, they made the move. They're not living together and whatnot. And the divisions are obviously going to happen. So obviously this is Christine just explaining, obviously, just how the whole testing went down. And, just expressing that, yeah, right now they are failing as a family. And, she probably was right. Actually, no, she is right, But it's just crazy because this whole failing as a family is something that has been happening for too long. I mean, like I said, this is season 3. Season 1, that wasn't really the case. There was a glimpse of it, but it wasn't the case. Season 2, they were too focused on getting away from the authorities. Season 3 now, we're on episode 17 now, and I guess season 4 is going to be very interesting for me. Well, from what I understand, I think season 5 and 6 maybe the ones that things really go down, but I don't know. I just wait until I get there, right? But damn, if we're looking at season 3 was 2012, I believe. Yes. But then again, prior to the show existing anyway, we already know there was issues. Yeah. Very, 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 very interesting.
Because we haven't gotten together a lot. We're not each other's support system right now. And I think that's frightening and that's absolutely terrible.
I wouldn't go so far.
I can't imagine. Well, yeah, I can't imagine how frightening and terrible it is. You know what I mean? But it's good for it to be voiced. But the saddest thing about Christine is that whenever she voiced anything, it was never heard. Yeah, sad. Like having a voice that nobody, well, not nobody, but that like Kody doesn't listen to is just, it's annoying, And then you got probably ROBYN on the sideline, well, behind closed doors, doing what she can to suppress that voice. Who knows?
Part of our family failure, I think, as long as we continue to work on it and don't give up working towards the things we want.
Listen, man, like listening to Meri talk is just pointless. Because Meri's point of view has always been in one tunnel vision direction, It's always been I'll say what needs to be said just to keep the family going. Hence the reason why she hasn't left. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, you guys let me know exactly what you're thinking down below and we will most certainly talk about it. But as usual, please don't forget to like, share, wrong button, subscribe, and peace.